This week on Gridlife Digest, we talk about our favorite TV shows, which games we would reboot, foreign entertainment, and our dream vacation destinations. Unfortunately, Matt's computer stopped working midway through filming, and that is why he, without warning, cuts out never to return. All of this next. Welcome, listeners, to episode 3 of Gridlife Digest, the culture and gaming podcast. My name is Noah Friskop, and joining me is Mad Max Meyer.
Hello.
Micah Binfet.
How's it going?
Elijah Shaw.
Hey.
Matus Kuklinski.
What's up?
Every Wednesday, each of us uses a topic for us to discuss for your and our enjoyment. You can get this show on iTunes and YouTube every Wednesday, and be sure to check out gridlifedigest.com to see all the content in one place. And I'm also looking into Google Play, so hopefully we'll have that up pretty soon. And then follow us on all of our social media platforms, at Gridlife Digest on Twitter, and at Gridlife Digest Pod on Facebook and Instagram, so you never miss what's happening. We're going to do a rapid fire of what have you guys been playing?
I've been playing Horizon
Yeah.
again. Trying to finish that.
Did you finish it initially?
No, I mean last week I was playing Horizon 2.
Oh, okay. I just mean,
Yeah.
did you ever finish it?
No, never.
Because I just finished it, and that was like weight off my shoulders.
I'm so excited to finish this thing.
How far are you?
I'm about to do the mission where they're like, hey, you better do everything else before you do this.
Okay, yeah, you're really close then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I beat Horizon. I also beat Grand Theft Auto 5 and Inside, both games I will be thinking about for a very long time, especially Inside. What a fucked up game. That's all I'm going to say about that one. How about you, Micah?
So I bought Guitar Hero Live a couple days ago, just 'cause it was like an impulse buy. I saw it there in GameStop, and I was having some friends come over, so I was like, oh, why not? I'll pick it up. It comes with 2 guitars in the game for $50.
Oh, for $50, heck yeah, for 2 guitars.
Exactly. Then
Absolutely.
I'd say it's worth the $50. It's a lot of fun. It's quite a mix-up from the older Guitar Heroes, because this one has the 6 different buttons, and it kind of replicates the frets and all that, so they're all up at the top of the neck of the guitar instead of going down. But it's a lot of fun. It's more complicated than the other ones, though, because you'll mix up the white and the black buttons on different songs, and then it'll go faster on the harder difficulties, and I can't do it yet, so I'm still sticking to just the normal difficulty.
So you almost have to relearn how to play Guitar Hero.
Exactly, yeah, you're relearning how to play Guitar Hero. That's pretty much what that game is.
I don't know if I'm down for that or not, because I've played so much Guitar Hero and Rock Band.
Yeah,
it's really weird to get back on.
Yeah, I'm an expert at those old guitars.
You wouldn't be able to be an expert at this, at least not without a lot of practice, because it is not easy.
Where are you playing, Max?
I bought the Metal Gear Solid Legacy Collection, or whatever it's called,
That's
and I
right.
started the first Metal Gear Solid from original PlayStation.
Damn.
My dumbass forgot the save function thing, because now you're so used to the autosave, and then I was kind of stuck on one part and I was tired, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna turn it off and come back to tomorrow. And the second I turned it off, I was like, oh shit. My save is gone.
You gotta call Mailing.
So I haven't touched it again because of the kind of funny Let's Play of Batman Telltale Season 2 with Troy Baker. So that's been on my backlog for a while, Season 1 has. So I started and finished all of that within 24 hours. And I really enjoyed it because different than the other Telltale games I've played, Walking Dead and Wolf Among Us, and the graphics are updated and everything. But yeah, it's Telltale, so they have the technical issues of the lag and the cutscenes or whatever.
Especially in episode 5.
But the game never crashed for me.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's good. It crashed for me
twice
in episode 5 only.
Yeah, I heard the game crashed for a lot of people on episode 5, but it never crashed for me. It was just really laggy.
It was perfect until that point, but yeah, that sucks. Yeah, I'm glad you
But
enjoyed Batman. It was
really enjoyable. I liked it a lot.
Especially for you're not a really huge Batman fan either.
No, but it was fun.
What about you, Matt?
Characters. and like the short gameplay time.
Yeah.
I've been playing Crash Warped still. I still haven't gotten the platinum, so yesterday I was playing it and I got a little bit further. I still have a few things. I still have to get all the gems and then a couple of the time trials. And after that, it's just like the really easy like freebie trophies. And other than Crash, I've been playing a little bit of Gravity Rush on the Vita. Because I really wanted to get back into playing my Vita because I've been kind of like not playing it for a while. So I'm like, what's a good game on Vita that I've been hearing about? And so I bought that game, and the story's pretty interesting, gameplay's fun, but I've been distracted by Crash. So probably once I finish the Crash Warp Platinum, I'll go back into that game, and that's pretty much it for me.
If you want to beat a game, get Assault and Sanctuary. If you haven't played it on PlayStation 4, I highly recommend it. It plays great on the Vita. Anything else? Any pressing I played this games?
Well, I was just wondering, what is Salt and Sanctuary? I've been hearing a lot about it, but I don't really know what it is.
It's almost a mix of a Metroidvania and Dark Souls. It has a lot of similarities with Dark Souls, but it's not quite as crushing in that it's on a 2D plane and you can use platforming to your advantage. I don't want to say too much about it because with those games, it's a lot of the enjoyment is with the discovery. But yeah, I highly recommend checking it out. It was just on sale. It might still be. I'm not very far in it, but yeah, multiple classes, lots of different ways to to fight, and yeah, very very Dark Souls like if you like those kinds of games. So Micah, what's your topic?
Oh, okay.
So my topic is like, what are your top 5 favorite TV shows? I'm sure we all watch a lot of Netflix, and we can at least name 5. Boil it down to that many. I guess I can start off with my top 5. So it's in no particular order, so because it'll change all the time. But so first one is Sherlock, the BBC show, the British one with Benedict Cumberbatch. I haven't watched the most recent season, but the previous seasons were really good, and I love that show so much. It's just so cool how he analyzes things, and he'll go in and then he's like, oh, that guy is gay, and then he'll tell you all the reasons why, like,
oh, that guy's gay.
Yeah,
Big Sherlock.
One of the first episodes he does that, I'm not joking, it's funny. And then, let's see, second on my list is Westworld. That was written and directed by Jonathan Nolan, Christopher Nolan's brother. That's like the only reason I checked that show out.
That's a talented family.
Exactly, because they both worked together on a lot of Chris Nolan's movies. I think he helped out with Inception and Interstellar. But yeah, check that out. It's basically robots taking over a small little park. Because Westworld, it's basically like think of like Disney World, but made for adults.
And you can have sex with robots, right?
Yes, and it costs. And they said in the show it costs $40,000 a day to be there. And, yeah, and
Wow.
they have all these crazy storylines, like each person can follow. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Love that.
That's just show I still need to check out.
Yeah, check it out.
I haven't done that yet, but I definitely going to do.
Yep, next on your list. Definitely check that out. So next on my list is The Office. Oh man, that's such a tearjerker, especially the ending. No spoilers, but man, just I love that show so much. It's just it really got to me. Like it's just so cozy. You can sit there and watch it and have a good time. You don't have to pay attention too much. And then all the characters are amazing, especially like with Dwight and Jim's relationship. How they just prank each other all the time. It's pretty great.
Like the Christmas one where he's just like constantly throwing snowballs at him, and he's like, he's like terrified by the end of it.
Yeah.
God, such a good show. Such a good show.
It's funny because I just recently watched the whole series. It seemed like there's an awful lot of Christmas episodes.
It's Christmas every other day.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. I was like, fuck, wasn't there just another, Christmas episode? But whatever, it's fun. And then, so, my next show is somewhat similar, made by the same people. It's Parks and Recreation. That show is
Mm-hmm.
it's following the mockumentary style, which I just love because it seems like it's part fiction, nonfiction, but it's a lot of fun. What's his name? Ron Swanson. He's like one of my favorite characters. He's just like,
Legendary.
yeah, he's like the ultimate badass. Like he hates the government and he'll eat as much meat as he wants. He's a true American.
Yeah, I've been trying to watch that more and more. God, it's so good. I mean,
It's great.
very much like The Office, but man, it's so good.
Yeah, I don't know which is better. Like, it'll change between The Office and Parks and
It's
Recreation.
The
They're
Office.
just
It's
Yeah.
gotta be The Office, right?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it did it first, but they're awful close.
They really are.
So my next is How I Met Your Mother. Oh man, this show is also really cozy. Over the winter when we had like I don't know how much snow, like I'd just stay at home and freaking just binge watch this show so much. I just remember the first episode. They're like, "Oh, is that the mother?" And then you find out it's not the mother. It's like, "Oh, you got
spoilers.
exactly." Spoilers for this, show.
I've never been able to get into it, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's good.
I might give it a shot.
But to me, it's like a Seinfeld's spiritual successor. That's what really got to me.
I could see that.
Yeah, it also has a lot of the same actors. Like it has Bryan Cranston in it in both of the shows, both in Seinfeld and then How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, that's cool.
And then the guy who plays Saul in Better Call Saul.
Oh
is in
yeah,
both
yeah.
of them. I'm sure they share a lot of them.
Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah.
Is that the guy's name?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
Okay, and yeah, that's
Good actor.
yeah, he's pretty good. But yeah, that's my top 5.
Man. So I've had this issue with just shows in general where I really haven't seen that many. I don't know, I'm not gravitated toward watching traditional television.
That's interesting.
But
Yeah.
you've seen 5.
Yeah, but maybe not even all the way through, but like, I mean, there's obviously, I can think of things like The Office, I'd say would probably get a spot. Like, I just love that kind of humor.
Yeah.
And then also just like animated stuff. Like, I really like Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like, that's
Shout out to that show because that was really good.
It's so good. Like I've watched, just I've come back to it a couple times, and it's still just the whole way that the storyline runs out. It's so good. It's very intelligent, despite being marketed toward a younger audience. It's really intelligent and can be appreciated by almost anybody.
Yeah, I need to watch that as an adult.
Yeah. You pick up on stuff that you wouldn't really have picked up on otherwise when you're older. But so those two, it's hard. I don't know. I don't feel like I have the expertise to really.
It's okay if you can't name 5.
Yeah.
Just at least.
Have you seen the Legend of Korra?
I saw the first couple seasons of it, and then just there was some weird politics with Nickelodeon where they, it wasn't shown anymore, and then it just kind of fell off. So I haven't seen how that got resolved. I enjoyed it enough, but it just couldn't live up to the original.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I should because I heard great things.
Yeah, it's supposed to be great. It's not quite as good, but what I did see was really good. And like I want to watch Breaking Bad like really bad.
Breaking Bad really bad.
Yeah, almost everything under the sun. Really, like I haven't seen enough of. How about you, Max?
Okay, go ahead.
So in no particular order, I have Revenge, which is a show on Netflix about like a girl whose dad was taken away, like he was set up for a crime, and so she's like getting revenge on the people that set him up. White Collar, which is an FBI show with Matt Bomer. It's really good. It's like where they get crime thieves, and Matt Bomer's character, he's like a con artist, so it's always the balance, and he helps the FBI as like an informant, so it's always the balance, like, oh, is he like trustworthy or not? It's really good. And then I got
I was gonna say, for some reason, I thought that show was just about some people who had white collar jobs.
No. It's like
It doesn't sound
FBI
interesting.
crime. It's
Yeah,
really good.
I thought it was like a sitcom, and they just all have white collar jobs, and they come home after being a dentist all day. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Anyways, proceed.
My third one is The Flash. I really love The Flash TV show.
Yes.
It's so good. The third season wasn't that great in my opinion, but I just like the show overall. And I have Walking Dead, the early seasons.
Yeah, I'd put the early
It was-
seasons on there too, actually, for mine.
Yeah,
What are the early seasons then? Like 1 through.
just like when they're starting out, he's like
First
figuring
two,
out everything, and like maybe 2 or 3.
I actually
Okay.
really like 2. Everyone gives shit to 2, but I actually really enjoyed it.
Well, it's because at 2 they're at a fucking barn the whole time.
Yeah, but there's just constant tension building between like the Rick and what's
Shane.
Shane, yeah,
So I
Oh.
thought
See,
that
like,
whole
when-
thing was great.
Mm.
yeah. I miss him as a character for sure and now because I'm like all caught up, right? And it's like I'm just kind of over it now. They just need to end the show.
John
But-
Bernthal is so good.
Whatever.
Like I saw Baby Driver recently came out and he was in it. And, like he's just so good at just being an asshole that you just want to punch in the face, but you love
Oh,
it.
he is.
And my last,
Punisher. I'm sorry. Go.
yeah, I'm actually excited for the Punisher.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll turn out great.
And my last one is Scrubs. So I don't really
Oh,
watch
yep.
comedy stuff like The Office and whatever, but I freaking love Scrubs. My roommate showed it to me, I think my sophomore year of college, and I've seen like the entire 8 or 9 seasons, whatever it is, like 3 or 4 times since then. It's so good. I love it.
So I now have picks after you said these things. Scrubs,
Okay.
absolutely, and the other like almost sitcom. My Name Is Earl. I love My Name Is Earl. That show is so funny. And then also I watched recently the anime Death Note. That might be in my top.
Yes,
I was
yes.
riveted by it. Riveted by it. So good. So yeah, that's my list. Love Scrubs.
I guess I can go next.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this isn't really in any particular order, but I think if it was, like, my number one show would probably be Breaking Bad, because when I first watched it, like, the hype was already over. Like, all 5 seasons were on Netflix, and I was just like, I keep hearing all this stuff about this show, so I'll check it out. And then I think by the 3rd or 4th episode, I was just hooked because it was just like really good. And the ending, like, to me, the ending was really good. So that would be number 1 on my list. Number 2 would have to be Better Call Saul, because after Breaking Bad ended, I was just like, I need more of this. And
And you got more.
yeah, I got more. Like Saul Goodman from Breaking Bad, he was like one of my favorite characters. So to have a spin-off show that's just like about his life, like a prequel to Breaking Bad, I thought was really cool. And it's actually like it holds up. Like, it's not as good as Breaking Bad, but it's still like really good show. I haven't seen season 3 yet though, because it's not on Netflix, but I hear that it's like really good still. Has anyone seen it?
I haven't seen
No,
it at
I haven't
all.
seen it.
No.
I saw
Well,
one scene of that show where, like, I don't know, it was in an alley and then they were smoking out of bongs. That's literally my only.
That's all I need.
That's all I need. Yeah.
Are already hooked.
Well, yeah. Once season 3 comes to Netflix, I'm gonna binge watch all of that. My next show would be probably Criminal Minds. It's like an FBI kind of show. If you guys haven't heard of it, like people commit murders and stuff, and there's like these FBI agents that try to solve it and shit. Basically.
Yeah, it's like the psychological department of the FBI.
Yeah, they call it the BAU, behavioral analysis
exactly.
unit. And like the whole show is basically them like figuring out like the behavior of the murderer or serial killer or whatever, and that's like how they get him in the end. And a really good show, 12 seasons. I would recommend it. If you haven't watched it before, then yeah, definitely check it out because there's like over 200 episodes now.
So how is it different from all these other crime shows? Like, what sets it apart from NCIS and all that crap?
Oh, NCIS. Well,
I don't know.
to be honest, like I didn't really watch that much CSI, NCIS. Like, to me, like it like it's pretty much the same thing, just a little bit different.
Okay.
But like I haven't seen those shows enough to really like tell you what the difference is. So I'm not gonna like bullshit you and say like
Okay.
you know it's completely
watch it
different. You know.
Is it just a psychological element?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of. That. I guess that's like the most different. Is
I'd
that
say even like the characters are better.
Characters better written.
Okay.
Yeah, like kind of more relatable or at some point.
Mhm.
That's a good enough reason as any. If the characters, even if the present or the premise is similar, you can still have better characters. That's worth it.
And I think throughout like there's 12 seasons, he said. I think there's a lot of them that are still the original characters.
Oh yeah, I guess like another thing that's pretty cool about the show is that like throughout the 12 seasons, like Max was saying, like most of the cast like from the first season, they're still in season 12, but what I like about the show is that like the team that they have, like they go through a lot of changes. Like one character will leave for a season and they'll be back in a later one, and like they like cycle these new people in, so it keeps the show like interesting and new, and it feels kind of fresh. So that's another thing I like about this show. Like they still have like most of the original cast, and they sprinkle in like new people every now and then. I think that's cool.
That's kind of what you
I
have to
actually-
do after that long.
I actually follow Emily Rose on Instagram. She's the woman that plays Elena in Uncharted, and apparently she's going to be in a Criminal Minds episode. She posted about it the other day. So I was
Oh,
like,
really?
oh, yeah.
We're gonna have to.
So I was like,
watch
what?
it
No way.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Watch her get taken down.
online. Just immediately.
So
Headshot.
Oh, that'd be tragic.
All right. So my list, it's pretty much all comedies. I got a few shout outs. So you know what? Let me do this. I'll give shout outs to The Office and Parks and Rec. Like they would be on my list, but they're on everyone else's list, you know.
That's true.
So
Kind of mixed up a bit.
yeah. So I'll give other spots, other shows like some attention. So Curb Your Enthusiasm. If you like just R-rated comedy, you'll love this show. Larry David, creator of Seinfeld,
Yep.
he just totally goes like off the rails. You know, it's HBO, so you know anything goes pretty much. Highly recommended. Extremely funny. Might be a little racist, but who cares?
It's comedy. Yeah, it's comedy. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Comedy doesn't have boundaries like
Shouldn't
anything
have
else.
boundaries.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
No, yeah, he definitely doesn't live within boundaries in this show.
Nice.
And it's like a lot of it is improvised, like more than The Office is.
Really?
Damn.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Okay.
So it kind of adds to the comedy there. Arrested Development, another comedy, just like expert writing, expert, you know, just leaving hints throughout every episode that even watching it like probably my 6th time now, I'm just noticing like, oh man, they're gonna, you know, build up to this, but no one even knows it like at the time, you know. Like with Buster losing his hand, spoilers, when he loses his hand. And like there's so much like imagery with hands leading up to it.
Look at all these hands.
Yeah, you don't even know until afterwards, like, oh man.
How long is it?
There's 4 seasons.
Okay.
The 4th one they made like several years after they finished. They got canceled after the 3rd season.
Oh, okay.
So I'd say the 4th one isn't really like, a must watch, but the other 3 are pretty good.
Especially if you want more, it's there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's 2. I'm gonna go with Mad Men. Just wow, like a great drama. A lot of white people, whatever. That's what happened in the 60s.
A lot of white people happened.
Yeah. You don't really expect anyone else to be in like those positions back then.
And Christina Hendricks is really hot in that show.
Oh, she's really hot. I was so in love with his wife. What's her name? Betty?
John Hamm.
Yeah, John Hamm's wife in the show. Oh my god, I was in love with her.
That's HBO too, right?
No, that's AMC
Oh, it's
actually.
AMC. Okay, see,
Yeah.
that's a lot of the like considered like best shows are HBO or AMC, so I'll have to check them out.
Yeah, that's on Netflix. It's
Mad
7
Men?
seasons. Yeah, Mad Men.
That's one I'd actually think I would actually go through. Okay.
I recommend that.
Okay.
Just kind of binge it if you can. So after that, I'm gonna say Community. If you know who Dan Harmon is, this is like kind of his baby. It got canceled a couple times. He got removed from the show. It was in hell for most of it, like most of its production, but the good episodes are great. I mean, there's like one season that's kind of trash, but the rest of it is just amazing. Dan Harmon does Rick and Morty now, so I mean, it's not the same type of humor exactly because it's not a cartoon, but it's like just as smart and just as like kind of out there as far as comedies go. And finally, I'm going to give it to probably the best show ever made, Nathan For You. It's so I don't know if you guys have seen it.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
neither have I.
You guys need to watch this.
Enlighten us.
The premise is basically this guy, Nathan, goes to these small businesses that need help, and he helps them out, but it's in like really, really creative and really like, I don't know, kind of also destructive ways. Everything he does is so over the top. Like, I can't even describe it. You just have to see it, and in order to, know what it is. Yeah.
Is it
What's it on? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on Comedy Central.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know if you can find it on any like streaming besides ComedyCentral.com.
I'll have to look that up. I've literally never heard of that one, and even though I've never seen most of the shows, I've at least heard of them. Huh, that's interesting.
No, yeah, you need to watch it.
Okay.
Let me hit you with the episode real quick. Basically, he makes people like go through a series of obstacles to get like a $100 TV that would normally be like $600,
Yeah.
and one of the rooms involves crawling through a door where an alligator is just laying there.
It's an alligator chilling.
I'm totally down with this. So.
Yeah.
Sounds great already. You have me sold. Go find it right now.
I just thought of a shout out. Shout out to Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
Ooh.
I've watched way too much
Never
of
heard of
that.
that.
You've never heard
Guy
of that?
Fieri.
Guy
Nope.
Fieri. My man. Guy
The
Fieri.
freaking Super Saiyan motherfucker.
Yeah,
With
no,
his
I mean,
fucking
he's
fiery ass
he's
hair.
beyond that. Like he's transcended.
It's
Yeah,
transcending
it's
time.
it's
with that
like
show.
anytime like I just don't feel like thinking, like that's exactly where I go. I just go to Triple D, I go to Flavortown, and I have a great old time. That's all I have to say.
all the entertainment, none of the calories.
I mean, I feel like you would get calories even just by watching it.
Yeah, because he eats
Honestly.
so much fucking shit in that
And
show.
and just watching him eat is just a joy. Like he's so passionate about just the act of eating. Not even just the food, just being able to eat. He's just so happy. About it. I love him. I love him so much. Anything else?
Shout out to SpongeBob.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
SpongeBob. Have you guys seen the SpongeBob porn parody? That's SpongeBob Square Nuts.
No, I
Jesus.
haven't.
Yeah, well, look
I'm
up that
curious.
sometime.
I'm good.
I'm just saying, it's awkwardly funny. Like it's a good time, but I mean not in that way. But you know,
It's a good time.
It's funny to just watch it and just see how bad it is.
Is Squidward involved?
No, but it's Sandy and
Is his clarinet involved?
Is his
No,
nose
no.
involved?
His nose is not involved.
See, I'm not
But
interested in
the
that.
fact that he's a sponge is involved.
Okay.
So
Oh, okay.
Oh
So-
no!
Okay.
no, well, so he said something like, "Oh, there's air in me, you know, so you have to, you know, suck me off for the air."
Gosh.
Because Sandy has, you know, her bubble thing off, you know, she can't breathe, so that's how they fit that in there.
That's some brilliant writing.
That's solid.
It is. And you could tell the whole thing was improv, but oh man, it's so fucking funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, shout out to.
I'm only a little curious now.
Yeah, I mean, look it up later.
I feel like
It's
this-
something else.
The sequel needs Squidward though. We need his clarinet. We need his nose. We need it in all the wrong places.
Jeez.
and all of us sponge knobs, air holes. Yeah. Okay.
That's disturbing. to
Okay.
think about.
Yeah. That's enough.
That's almost enough. Anything else?
No.
All right, I'm gonna go into mine then. So I want to know, what game series would you bring back? Specifically, what like dead or dormant game series would you bring back and reboot it like Crystal Dynamics did with Tomb Raider? With that just very high quality, I think the reboot of Tomb Raider is better than any of the original Tomb Raiders ever were. So I just want to know, like, what games do you miss, and which ones do you think should come back in a like a new and revitalized fashion?
Right off the bat, I'm gonna say Tony Hawk.
Oh, that's a great pick.
They kind of fucked up, you know, the last release,
That's
even
what I
though
was
that was
thinking.
only a couple of years ago. Just let's forget that happened and reboot it Tomb Raider style. You know,
Gritty, super gritty reboot.
not gritty,
No,
but
I
just updated
yeah.
like immensely.
Just lots more awkward groans, like in the Tomb Raider reboot. How it sounds like a
She was
freaking
going through a lot
porno.
of pain. All right. She
Yeah,
was really
Lots
hurting.
of, but yeah, it was a little bit much. They went
Looking
over
back,
the top.
Yeah, I didn't really. It didn't really bother me playing it, but looking back, it's like, yeah, don't. run
Well,
around
it's not until someone points it out that's when it's
Yeah.
just super noticeable.
Just don't
Sorry.
roll around that much. You'll be fine.
Because I remember there was like some IGN video about that, and then like after that, I could not unhear that.
It's just the game's ruined.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's you know, ignorance is bliss with something like that.
Absolutely. What about you, Micah? What would you bring back?
Okay, so have you guys heard of the game Brutal Legend?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that game. That game was a lot of fun. Yeah, and who was it? Yeah, Jack Black in that game. That game was a lot of fun. It's just the only thing I didn't care for was just the real time strategy part. Like, I mean, that was pretty much the
I
game.
thought that was an action game.
No, it's an RTS.
Oh, I did not know that.
I mean, it was kind of like half and half.
Okay.
Yeah, it was, but like I feel like if they had gone just full action with it, it would have been a lot better.
Well, you can do
Yeah.
that with the reboot now.
Exactly. But anyways, yeah, I want them to, you know, tighten up the gameplay, and then in there they had like some more like Guitar Hero-esque parts. Like now I want them to include like an actual guitar, you know, with it to make it look all sick.
That's
And
not
have
gonna
it for-
sell.
I know, but it would be cool.
It would be cool.
You know, this is in my dreams. You know, it's
Yeah.
not gonna actually happen.
Yeah, don't feel tied down to realism in these.
Yeah.
The most out there things. So would you recast Jack Black, or would you keep it?
I would. So what I would do is I would make that into a Tenacious D video game.
Yes,
So,
dude.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's actually genius.
that's my idea. That's
You
what
could
I
do
want
some
it to be.
crazy shit.
Exactly, because I can go fucking so far out there. Because the other day, my cousin and I, we were watching the Tenacious D and what was
Pick
that
a
movie called?
Destiny.
Yeah, Pick a Destiny. And this was right after we played Guitar Hero, and so that's when I thought of it. I was like, "Fuck, I really want Brutal Legend," but just replace it with Tenacious D, and you have a really good video game. Brutal D.
Brutal D.
I love it.
I don't know if that's gonna sell either. Yeah, that's actually really good. I like that. A music game that incorporates action elements. I really like that.
Yeah.
I love that game so much.
Did you ever finish it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, because
I actually replayed it after.
wow. Yeah, because I never finished it, but it's a fun game. I mean, because it's kind of open world, isn't it?
Yeah, it's open world and a great soundtrack too.
Yeah, but so in my head, I'm imagining like the Mad Max video game, but with just Jack Black and then
This so
Guitar
bad.
Hero. Yeah,
This so bad.
that's basically all those things combined, and just make it a one great video game.
Just make it super metal. Oh,
Yeah,
that
it's
sounds
metal as
awesome.
fuck.
So you can
Don't
actually
hold
buy
it.
it on Steam for $14.99. I might actually pick that up.
Oh wow, yeah, that's a steal.
Wow, I see it. I see your vision, and I'm loving it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I hope it becomes a thing one day
So
in my dreams.
whenever this question is brought up just on Facebook or whatever, immediately my mind jumps to another Crystal Dynamics IP, Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver specifically. I would love to see them go back to that series and revamp it and modernize it. There's so much potential in there. You have just you have horror, you have action, you have just really freaky vampires. You have a lot of cool lore, really cool world. I don't know if any of you guys have played it. It started on the original
Never.
PlayStation. Just like it's like a Metroidvania, or it's a lot like Tomb Raider and a Metroidvania combined,
Oh
in which you can go around this very non-linear world and get these new powers that allow you to traverse to other areas. It's a little obtuse if you go back and play it now, but that's why I think it would feel great as a modern game. Bring back the Metroidvania elements, maybe make it a little bit more action heavy. Bring back the vampire kills. Like, you have to either like throw them in water or impale them and like kill them all a certain way. And there's really good dungeon design and boss design for the time, and I believe Amy Hennig actually wrote it, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh wow.
So it was one of her first projects. So yeah, bring
So-
that back. I'd love to see it.
What developer would you put on it? Who would you want to get the job done?
See, honestly, I'd probably just give it back to Crystal. Except now they're doing
Okay.
Marvel stuff. So let's say if they weren't doing Marvel stuff, I'd probably have them do it. There was actually like whispers of, within the studio of them wanting to go back to it, but it just never came to light. I imagine the Marvel deal probably closed the doors on that project forever. So yeah, I mean, Crystal, or I'm trying to think who else would really do it justice. And it's because they would knock it out of the park, especially seeing how they did Tomb Raider. Yeah, I'd have to think about that for a bit. But man, just go look at the art. Like, just all you have to do is go look at the art and maybe listen to some of the music, and you'll see the atmosphere that it's set up. It's really good. You can get it for super cheap on Steam too.
Sweet.
It's a PS1 game.
It's a PS1 game. I believe there was several spin-offs that kind of led to its demise. Let me look up the full series. So there was Legacy of Kain 1, which was a very different game mechanically. And so then they went to the sequel, Soul Reaver, which they went to that more Metroidvania aesthetic. So they have, let me see, full series. It has this really just almost Dark Souls-esque in the way that it presents its world, and that's a lot of environmental storytelling.
So like, it's just pre Dark Souls.
It's pre-Dark Souls, yeah.
But Dark Souls.
So the first one was Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain, and then Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver, and then Soul Reaver 2, which is kind of when it, kind of like the peak of it, and then it started to go downhill with Blood Omen 2, and then Legacy of Kain Defiance, which is kind of like a weird spin-off. And then it got like this weird free-to-play game called Nosgoth a couple years ago. I don't know if you've heard of that, but
I think I've heard of that. Yeah.
yeah, it's very loosely tied to it, at least the world. Yeah, just give me more Soul Reaver. It's such a cool character, such a cool world. It deserves another shot.
All right.
Nice. I have two, I guess,
Okay, that's fine.
and they're both like nostalgia based from my childhood. So the first one is Midnight Club. It was like the first racing game that I had. And I don't know, there's like so many racing games, but I don't know, just that one. It was like the first game that I almost 100%ed, and then I don't know if like my memory card glitched on my PS2 or whatever, but the game got deleted. But like I remember I just like would play that over and over, and I don't know, it'd be cool to go back and just play.
How would
'Cause
you,
I haven't really.
how would you make it different from modern racing games?
I don't know. Just I haven't played a modern racing game in a long time either, so
Okay.
maybe that's why.
It's it's hard to pick a racing game. I mean, I love Midnight Club too. That's like the only racing game I've ever played, really. But like,
It's more based on
I'll
nostalgia,
take that.
like I said.
yeah, I mean it's Rockstar, so
Yeah.
I think they can figure it out.
Man, I feel like Rockstar should do another just kind of weird random thing again. Except they're
LA Noir, baby.
yeah. LA Noir, I don't know. There's everyone wants Bully, but man, I just want to see them do something crazy.
I mean, we just want Red Dead for now.
I
Like,
mean, yeah, but we're getting it. We know we're getting it now. So
exactly.
Yeah,
That's all I need.
Yeah, once they get
That's
that,
good.
I want to see them do something crazy before GTA 6.
Yeah, like they need a new IP or something like that one. Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. That canceled PS3 game. What was that supposed to be like? Anyways,
It was like wasn't it like in like the 70s, and it was like spies and stuff. It sounded super cool. Like just imagining Rockstar's take on that.
I
On
mean,
that kind of genre.
I can't imagine that they just scrapped that whole thing. Like, I have a feeling they probably just have most of it done, or a good portion of it just sitting there.
So on the Google results, it says Agent is an upcoming stealth action video game developed by Rockstar North.
Still
So it's
upcoming. So, no, I mean that's outdated. It's defunct. But yeah, no, I'd love that, especially with stealth. See them do like a true stealth game would be really interesting.
Because they're
And then
aren't great.
my second one would be SSX Tricky.
I like this.
Because that was like my, like everyone played Tony Hawk and whatever, but like SSX Tricky was my like sport random like screw around type of game. And I guess the way to improve it is you kind of just take what steep is, but then like make it SSX Tricky, so you can like build your own levels and maybe even like design your own like tricky. That'd be kind of cool.
Make it a little bit
Just
more
to like customize it yourself, and like
take steep but make it fun.
yeah, basically.
Basically.
Not just like some random thing.
Steep is fun. I mean, for a bit. There's only so many hills you can go down in so many different ways, and it's just kind of like free roaming, pretty much.
It looked kind of cool,
Yeah.
and then it came out way too fast. I was like, dang, this is already out. And then
Because it's a super pretty game, but it's just there's not enough there. I'm not paying $60 just to go down the same fucking mountain, hundreds of times.
I feel like it'd be cool if it was done in VR.
That would be
Go
sick.
down some
Oh,
crazy hills.
yeah.
The
'Cause
first
you can-
person stuff actually was what's interesting about it to me. But
Yeah, exactly. Because you can do it in first person. That's pretty sick.
Makes
Because
it a little more visceral.
the way I actually played that game was from my friend who's going to WSU, and we were doing it through SharePlay. It's like, which I don't know if you guys have used that, but it's super handy and it's a lot of fun. So we just pass the controller and I'd play it for a bit.
My
That's a lot of
connection
fun.
has never been good enough, but it's a great idea.
Yeah.
It's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
No, SharePlay is great.
It is if you have the internet for it.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
I'm a huge Marvel Ultimate Alliance fan.
Oh. Yes.
I would love for them to bring that back. Bring back Raven.
Man.
It's so sad,
Aren't
but
they stuck on the Call of Duty churn?
yeah, they're in hell right now.
They were a really good developer.
Raven was amazing. Like,
Or even X-Men Legends. Like, I'll take that too. But
no, yeah, any of those like squad Marvel games like that, like 4-man, do whatever. Oh man, and Marvel Heroes is kind of like that.
it's almost
just-
there. It's almost
Yeah, it's like
there.
an MMO version of it, but like, give me a good solid story, and make it look way better than Marvel Heroes does.
Yeah,
And
I like Marvel Heroes in that it gives me a video game where I can play as Wolverine, but it's very I don't know, it's very base level. There's nothing really outstanding about it.
yeah, it's kind of just like turn your brain off and shoot stuff.
It's the diners, drive-ins, and dives of Marvel video games.
Yeah, exactly.
Junk food and video
Which
games.
is
Just
fine,
going.
but
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know, I feel like that'd be better to group up with too. And also, I worry that with the current state of Marvel being separated and that they're afraid to put the X-Men in anything, that I worry about what that game would actually look like in today's climate.
Yeah.
Even the newest Marvel vs. Capcom game, like there's no X-Men in it at all.
Yeah, and Wolverine's
it's
been
not
huge in that game.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's true.
Come on.
It's not fair. Like he should be in there. He's a Marvel character. He's one of the most recognized ones. Like
Yeah, he's like a classic NPC character.
exactly.
And
he was
in
there
the
from the
Marvel
beginning.
Lego Avenger, or was it Lego Marvel 2? I think coming out.
Superheroes?
Yeah. There's no mutants in that either, which is just stupid.
Really?
It's
Like now, I just want to boycott like Marvel stuff because they're not including all the Marvel
I
cast.
want my mutants. Is that
Yeah.
too much to ask for?
I love Cyclops.
It's not
Cyclops
Marvel
is-
without mutants.
Like most of the X-Men characters are awesome. Like I mean,
They are.
let us. Yeah, it's stupid. I really hope they either acquire the rights back from Fox or just do something. Just stop. I know you don't want to
Stop being assholes.
Yeah, you don't want to promote like your quote unquote competition or whatever, but you're shafting fans at this point.
You are.
That's ridiculousness.
Like they figured it out with Spider-Man. Like why can't they do it with X-Men?
Yeah,
I just don't get it. Is it that hard?
I feel like Sony has to be probably have a bigger stick up their butt than Fox does, or
That's true. That's
I
true.
don't know.
I mean,
They failed. It took a failure. So one of the even though Apocalypse wasn't that great, they're gonna have a failure before they.
okay,
really
so we just have to
open.
hope for a shitty X-Men
I
movie.
mean, the next one. I don't have too much hope for the next one, except for Death.
Yeah, it doesn't look too great.
Yeah,
But-
Deadpool's gonna bring in a lot of money for them, but
Yeah. If they didn't have Deadpool, I don't know. Especially now that Logan's gone and passed. Like, what do they have?
Yeah.
They're gonna keep doing X-Men movies that are 10 years apart from each other, even though none of the actors look like they age at all.
Exactly. What I wanted are more like individual X-Men movies. So like I don't know, a Magneto movie. Well, I feel like Days of Future Past.
First Class.
First Class. That was pretty much a Magneto movie.
And it was great for it. 'Cause
Exactly.
I love Magneto.
To me, that's probably one of my favorite X-Men movies. Like
Yeah.
people say that one's overhyped, but that's a lot of fun. That movie gives me goosebumps every time.
It's good. It's good. Man,
Mhm.
X-Men. We should do just X-Men topic another day because there's a lot of good. There's a lot of good and there's a lot of bad. But
I'm writing that down.
any final thoughts on rebooted video games?
Nope.
What do you got for us, Max?
So I want to talk about vacation, specifically what country would you want to go to that you haven't been to yet? So I'm German and I visit my family in Germany a lot. But when I go, it's just I kind of stay in Germany, and it's like since it's Europe, there's different countries around it and it's pretty close. So I've been to like Poland a little, and like Belgium and France, but I haven't been to Italy, and I think it'd be really cool to go to Italy to see like the Colosseum and the gondolas, like where you can ride on the gondola through the city on the river. I think that's always like really cool. And I don't know, it's just because like through Assassin's Creed I got to see Italy, and I don't know,
Yeah.
it'd be really cool to like see the architecture and everything there, all like the buildings, and you could be like, oh, I like saw this in a game, and it's cool like that a game like replicated this so well.
That's a
you
good
know?
point about Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
It exposes people that might not be interested in history or architecture to that.
Yeah.
Especially with there were so many games set in Italy. Yeah, they're captured with like such accuracy that's it's almost astounding. But
Well, infamous Second Son, it took place in Seattle, and I've been to Seattle several times, and I feel like they didn't get it down at all.
same
It's
with
like this,
same with Ubisoft
Really?
and Watch Dogs 2. Like they didn't get like SF is not quite there.
yeah,
I
like
Oh,
they,
played SF once.
they got that general vibe, but they didn't
Yeah.
get into the smaller details like Ubisoft did.
Not enough hills.
They got like the pier area good, and then after that,
Yeah,
it
they
was all
did like
just
the
smushed
tourist
up.
area.
It was a theme park.
I tried to go to my house, didn't exist.
Didn't
In
exist.
Ubisoft size.
Thanks, Ubisoft. Thanks, Yves
You should send them a letter and complain.
My house wasn't in you.
Yeah, this is inaccurate. I'm suing you.
I thought you're suing
It
over
was
this.
guaranteed that I
You're
could
representing the city enough.
Yep. I'm sure you could easily.
But yeah, my pick is absolutely Italy. It just so much history there. The architecture, just the art in general, just so beautiful. Just
So would you go
And the food, of course.
and the food, of course. It's
Can't forget the
it's
food.
everything I could imagine. It's anything I could ask for in travel. Yeah, that's absolutely where I go. Or I mean, everyone likes to say this, but New Zealand just looks gorgeous too, just to explore.
would you go see the Vatican and all that?
Probably, but
'cause-
Probably just to see it, like you have to if you're there, right? You might as
Yeah.
well.
yeah, you might as well. That's kind of, I don't know. Yeah,
'Cause
I'll
I-
see it, but like, there's other stuff I'd rather go see.
Yeah, because I mean, the Vatican, it's its own city, so I guess it's technically not Italy, but it's
Or,
right
yeah,
there.
It's not Rome, but
Uh huh.
it's close. Yeah, you'd have to, I think.
Exactly.
because of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, everything
Yeah.
comes back to Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I'd find the Vatican and kill the Pope or whatever.
Yeah.
Try. Yeah, that's whatever.
Stop them from having gay sex orgies, because I heard that was a thing.
What?
Yeah, you didn't see that article?
Please elaborate.
Yes. So
Assassin's Creed? What?
no, this was in real life.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So this group of priests, they got busted. So they're because they were busting, but there was a bunch of priests, and they were having a gay sex orgy, and then these cops come in and raid them, and they're all snorting cocaine, just having a good time.
Why they're like living stereotypes of priests.
I know, it's so bad. It's like you're not helping Catholics out. You're making us look worse. But
God, that's gotta be such a bad just image.
yeah, but the Pope was not happy about
Imagine
that.
not. What if he was in there with them?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, he's
Like-
just got a save face.
But I mean, I really don't blame these priests, because they're not allowed to get married and all that.
Not
So
allowed to do anything.
what else are they gonna do?
Yeah.
I mean, they can be gay, whatever.
Exactly. I don't care. It's just
It's
Yeah,
not
it's not like
children, they're fine.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just-
just
yeah.
stay away from the children, and I'm okay if you fuck yourselves. Just don't go after children, please.
God.
For the love of God.
Jesus.
Okay.
Moving on.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't mean to.
No, it's
mix
good.
it
No,
up.
it's good.
Because first it
We're
was
not really moving on because Italy's also my choice.
Man,
Oh, wow.
We should all just take a
Oh.
trip to Italy.
Yeah. Let's go.
Let's get the
go.
podcasting money that we don't have. Take a trip.
Let's start a Patreon. Do
Take
it.
us to
Indiegogo. One of those.
Yeah, aside from that though, Japan
Oh yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
Like my dream is to go there and stay in like those pod hotels where it's just like a bed and you just like it's just a bed pretty
So
much.
you're not 6'4", and that sounds like my nightmare.
Oh no, yeah.
That
It's
sounds
probably
like just
Even short for me.
a disaster. I'd just be like curled up, and I don't want
Yeah.
anything to do with that.
You
I'd love to
don't-
go to Japan though as well.
Sleep in the fetal position.
I'd rather sleep outside, to be perfectly honest with you.
Oh wow, okay.
It's just just claustrophobic.
Yeah, for me, I was gonna say Japan also. I know it's a weeaboo ass answer.
Okay, just bringing up Japan is not a weeaboo ass answer. You have to
Yeah.
go
I know.
deep down the rabbit hole to be. Yeah.
What point does it make a weeaboo?
If you say you're Japanese and not Japanese, and
Oh, okay. Yeah, well,
If
definitely.
you're going there for the panty vending machines,
No, I
we might
just
have some
want to go there
concerns.
because people there, they just seem so interesting, and they eat a lot more healthy than we do, and so they're fucking living way longer than Americans. Because us Americans, we just go to McDonald's and eat garbage food, and over there they just have fresh, raw fish and all that.
culture.
Exactly.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I'm looking
our
up
culture sucks.
the Urban Dictionary definition of weeaboo. This is
Oh, God.
very reputable.
Yeah,
So
very.
a non-Japanese person who basically denounces their own culture and calls themselves Japanese. They try to learn Japanese through the anime they watch and usually end up pronouncing it wrong and looking like a complete idiot. Keep in mind that a non-Japanese person can like the culture, watch anime, speak the language, and respect the culture while still keeping in touch with their own, which keeps them from being a weeaboo. So you can do all those things and still not be there. So it has to be a very like negative, like worshiping the culture type thing. So weeaboos basically disrespect the culture and make complete asses of themselves. This is the summary. So yeah, you have to fall deep down the rabbit hole.
Okay, yeah, I'm not quite there yet.
I hope not, because you have to go pretty far.
Not yet.
Pretty far.
Because I knew a few kids in high school who were like that. I'm sure we all knew those kids.
Yeah, we all do.
They just watched way too much anime and
Just obnoxious.
because I had this one friend, and in the yearbook we were supposed to put like our senior crushes, and then so what he does, he's
Kind of.
So- you haven't heard of this?
No.
No.
Yeah, in the yearbook you go and put your senior crushes, like I like this girl, but I don't want to tell her. That's pretty much what it was.
Okay.
Just the indirect way of telling a girl you had a crush on for the last 4 years.
And now it's too late. You can't do anything about it.
Exactly, like
on it.
you fucked yourself. But yeah, and anyways, this kid I know, he just put like a bunch of fucking anime characters. It was so bad.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't remember who, but it wasn't pretty. And the thing is, like the yearbook people weren't allowed to edit that. They just had to put it through.
Why? That's their job.
Wow.
Isn't that like their job to like?
I know,
edit?
but because I was in that class, and then I saw that person dealing with it, and she's like, "Nah, I'm not going to change these. It's too much work."
Well, now he can look back in 30 years and just
Exactly.
hopefully laugh it off, or just be like, "That's I'm still there."
or just cry
Yeah, be like,
and hold on to his anime pillow.
Anime pillow as he's just pounding that pillow into oblivion.
Yeah, just pounded it so hard. Yeah.
What were we talking about?
We went from Japan to
Shrimps.
weeaboo to pillows.
Pillows.
vacations.
Oh yeah,
Vacations.
Vacations.
Yeah,
my,
vacations.
my mind couldn't be further from vacations. I tell you what.
I like the little tangents we go on with the rabbit hole.
Yeah, it's great. I just got Japan on the brain.
Yep.
Japan's awesome.
We should go there sometime. It'd be
Yeah,
fun.
we should just do like a world hopping tour where we hit Italy, we hit Japan. That's a really big stretch. We gotta hit something in between there to make it worth it.
Mhm. I mean, let's
Iraq?
start saving up.
Let's go to Iraq. Gridlife Digest live from Iraq.
Just fucking explosions in the background.
Damn.
Oh,
Jesus.
Yikes.
yeah. Okay.
Where else? We'd hit Iraq and then do like India,
India would be a fun one.
Russia.
Russia.
Russia. No, not right now.
No.
Was it North Korea?
Yeah, let's gotta hit North Korea on the way to Japan. Just hit all
It's a
these
must.
worst spots. I probably don't even get out of one of these places.
Yeah.
Man.
Visit all. Yeah.
All
Not good.
all the most dangerous hit like
Yeah,
South
that's what
America and like
all,
Africa,
all the places that have been bombed multiple times.
or just have like dictators there.
Exactly. America, because we pretty much have a
How do
dictator.
we get to do a podcast in North Korea? What would it take?
I mean,
Have you seen the hit film The
I was
Interview?
gonna say,
That's
we
what
gotta-
I
we
was
gotta
just
take
thinking.
notes. We gotta call up Seth Rogen and just be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
James Franco, and
can
then
you get
they'll
us?
tell us
Can
how.
you get us an audience?
I think it'd be possible.
You think it's
'cause-
possible?
I think it
should we
would
set
be.
it as like a goal for like next year?
Yep, the ultimate goal is
Okay, I'll
to
mark that
host a
on the
podcast
calendar.
there.
We have to call ourselves the #1 Kim Jong-un
Yeah, that. I
podcast.
feel like that's all we really need to do to get
Yeah.
ourselves
It would be so easy.
in. So we love you. We love your family. I know you don't have internet here, but
Or food.
more food, and medicate your workers, but it's beyond all that. Like we really
Love
just
you so
guys.
much.
We just want to spread the love in your wonderful, wonderful home, and they
Yep.
kill us. They just kill us on the spot.
Exactly, and then they just hold us hostage, and because isn't that what happens when people go there? There's
Well, they don't. They're never heard from again.
we never hear about them.
And that was the last
Yeah.
episode.
Exactly. Like we'll record the podcast, but have no way of putting it out there.
Like you put it out, so just it's scheduled to release as we do, and so it just comes out. It comes out like a year later.
Exactly. Or we
'Cause I
put it
messed
on.
up.
We put it on like a USB drive, and someone finds it.
Yeah, and then they have to cross the border into China or something, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Carrier
probably
pigeon.
in Japan, and then put it in our RSS feed, and then
Yeah.
shoot it to the rest of the world.
And then it happens in like 5 years, then no one listens to it.
Yeah. Put this in a box, and in 5 years, open it, and then nobody cares.
Yeah, exactly.
This is our last will and testament to all our family members.
Like, what? Who is this? Screw these guys.
Our iTunes isn't even up anymore. Like,
Exactly. There is no such thing as Apple.
Apple
There's-
goes down. What causes Apple? What would cause Apple to go down? You think?
People stop buying iPhones
Yeah,
because
but
they're
that's
just.
never gonna happen. Like realistically,
It's gonna happen though because they're just making the same stuff over and over again,
But people
and they're
still
taking
buy
out the good parts.
is it like?
Let me tell you, I'm not buying an Android anytime soon.
Then
That's
you're missing
true.
out. Then you're seriously
That's true.
on the wrong side of the broom.
I agree because Androids they seem to get slower and slower and slower until they don't work.
That's what they
You
tell
know?
you. That's what they tell you.
I know, but I've owned a couple Androids, and that's how exactly
Yeah,
exactly
I've
how
owned-
they turned out.
I like to have a little bit of control. Just that's all.
Yeah, but I'd rather my shit work than not have the control.
That's I only speak this way because I've never owned an iPhone, and I just every time I have contact with an Apple device, just everything just does not work.
But like, what more do you want to do on an Android that you can't do on an iPhone?
Probably nothing, honestly.
Exactly.
I don't jailbreak mine. I just these are the file formats I know, and it's really just this is what I know and what I have.
Because I mean, no one really wants an emulator on their phone. Like the idea sounds super cool.
I thought I did until I had them,
Exactly.
and it just
That's
You try to
that's
play
when you
Mega
don't
Man,
want it.
You try to play Mega Man on touchscreen, it's not working.
It's not going to work at all. Unless if you get one of those, I don't know, joy pads or whatever for your
Dude, I'm
phone.
not carrying that. I got a Switch.
Exactly.
I'm not
Like,
carrying
then
that.
you just look like a fucking tard doing that.
Like,
Like,
get those little,
yeah.
those like shitty VR goggles that they're trying to push. Really
Oh,
Like
yeah.
cardboard.
yeah, the
I've-
fucking cardboard ones.
Google Cardboard.
Yeah. Gosh.
I've seen
haven't
where
tried
people.
one. To be fair,
I have one of them actually.
does it work?
pretty cool,
How does it
actually.
look?
It
How does
works,
Yeah.
but it makes you feel so nauseous. Like,
It doesn't sound worth it. Is it just like mainly for videos?
yeah, usually, and then there's a couple games on there too, but they're just like, oh, look around and
Oh,
can't really do. Yeah,
Can you watch
Yeah, you can't
the
really-
SpongeBob
can't really do
porn
much.
parody on VR?
that's a good
Jesus.
question.
I feel like we
That's
need
a-
an answer to this, but I'm not gonna look up.
Yeah, I mean that video wasn't in first person,
Damn.
but I heard that they're making a sequel to that.
Are you in this sequel, Squidward?
I don't know if Squidward is in there, but I'd imagine he would be. I'd like to see some cameos from some other hit character.
Or Pearl?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh man, Mr.
I can
Krabs.
see it from
dude.
Plankton's point of view.
Gosh, Plankton's going in all the. Oh god.
Oh no, he'd be the worst.
How would Plankton contribute?
It would be something like he's gonna go and steal the Krabby Patty, formula, and then I don't know, someone stops him.
And then they have to fuck.
Yeah, no, but I'm thinking Mr. Krabs and Plankton didn't have to fuck. Like, he's trying to get it, and then
Okay. And he's like,
Yeah.
you know,
Plankton?
if you can finish me off. I'll
exactly
give you
like
the
if you
Krabby
could
formula.
suck me off, then I will give you the Krabby Patty formula. That's all you have to do.
And it's like
That's-
45 minutes long.
Just 45 minutes of Plankton going in just places he's not supposed
You
to
can't
be.
even see anything because he's so small.
Yeah.
Would he be like
It's just-
CGI?
yeah.
Like, how would that work? Or was it just all animated?
It's not
Is
animated,
it like
it's real
source
life.
filmmaker? Oh, it's actors. Okay.
Yeah, like they have legit costumes and everything. And-
Is it what's the budget? How much are we spending on this production?
Let's see.
At least 50,000.
50,000. Okay, I feel like we could hire a couple
Yeah.
good makeup artists to get bring the crab to life. Bring the crabs.
And then we just need some somewhat okay actors. Like, they don't even have to be good. They can just be Tommy Wiseau, you know.
Oh,
No, let's get
man.
the original voice actors.
Yeah, let's get the voice. No, let's get Tommy Wiseau. Let's get Tommy Wiseau, but dub the original voice actors over them. So you have
Oh,
actors, but then
man.
you also get their authentic voices, and then they can't ever work again. But it's worth it because we're gonna pay them like $2,000 a piece, and they can live on it.
I'm sure there's someone fresh out of, you know, acting school who would be down for that.
Who's
Like,
just looking for an opportunity.
exactly.
It's really
Like,
hard out there. You gotta take what you can get.
exactly.
Resume boost there.
Yeah, but I was in this hit film, a SpongeBob spinoff.
SpongeBob SquareNuts
Two.
Part 2.
2. Where does Gary fit into all this?
Gary. Oh no. I mean that would involve some bestiality because
Yeah,
he's a
but-
snail.
They're already like sea creatures. Like, honestly, it's
I mean,
That's
yeah, we have
that's true.
Stanley.
That's true. Okay, it's already a thing. It's pretty much just furries at this point.
What about what's the driving instructor's name?
Mrs. Puff.
Mrs. Puff. Yeah, where's
Oh.
Mrs. Puff in all this? I feel like
So
she
we're
needs to be
gonna
reserved
see
for the
that
third.
for that.
Part
Yeah.
3.
Yeah. So I think part 3 should revolve around the driving school and SpongeBob and Mrs. Puff.
Yeah, like it's basically like he has to pass his test. So
You failed way too many times.
exactly. So you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you know what's gonna happen. You know the story. You know the story.
Yeah, we don't have to tell it. It speaks for itself.
Or what about like the other crab, like the big like bodybuilder crab?
Oh, what, Larry?
Larry.
Living like Larry?
Living like Larry.
Oh,
And then you
I don't
also have
know.
like a spin-off of what's the Mermaid Man?
oh yeah, Barnacle
I feel
Boy.
like there's a lot of potential there as well.
And then we need Plankton's wife, the computer.
Oh yeah, the
and there's
computer.
this-
There you
Oh,
go.
that's
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
be easy.
That's
Yeah.
easy. I feel like that one you could spend like $2,000 on tops. You just gotta get
That'd
like
be
the
so
great
great.
CGI.
Just
feel like-
that
yeah.
that robotic voice, you know. Fuck me. That's all I'm imagining.
we could build like a whole cinematic universe of SpongeBob porn parodies.
Oh my god. This is where we lose like all 20 of our listeners. This is the episode
If we get
that
to 20. Emma's
Yeah.
not
I'm
here.
sorry, Mom.
yeah, I'm sorry. I hope you never listen to this. I hope no future employer.
How did we get here?
I don't know. I'm just sitting here like, what? Where did my topic go? It's gone.
Oh my god.
We
What
just took your
topic
topic.
did you pick?
We just took your topic and
Jesus.
shit all over it. I'm so
Vacations.
sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Elijah, what do you got for us?
So I want to talk about foreign entertainment, and what I mean is like any source of entertainment that's not coming from America or Hollywood, stuff like that.
So like Hollywood and all that stuff.
Yeah, if you're into Bollywood,
Mhm.
shout that out. I'm gonna say personally, I like a good anime every now and then.
Good old anime.
Yeah, Death Note, amazing,
Riveting.
riveting.
So
Yeah,
good.
just a great story. Like you have to look past the fact that it's an anime. Really,
It's really, it could, if done right, it should be able to translate into any genre.
yeah,
It's like Netflix is not doing that quite, but
No.
it's just the way that the whole cat and mouse game, like it's so good. Like I know Max, you don't like anime, but highly recommend Death Note.
Yeah, I'll give this a shot if you guys think it's good.
Give it like, I'd say probably how many episodes until L? Because that's when it really grabbed
I'd say like
me.
10.
Yeah, that's when it really grabbed me because I really.
Oh, yeah,
did
L
not
is
like-
amazing.
Yeah, I did not. I thought it was weird that it had such the following that it did in the first few episodes because I'm like, Light is a piece of shit. But once I realized that I can actually despise him and that there's opposition to him, it just it just became so good.
Because you just end up hating that character, like, because he's just an asshole. Just,
Yeah, he's
killing all
he
these
has a
guys.
Deity complex.
Uh-huh.
That's not the direction that I thought the show was going. I really didn't have anything. I didn't really know anything about it besides the basic premise. I thought he was
Yeah.
gonna be like reluctant to use it, and gets caught up in all this shit, and then eventually use it. But no, he like just starts using it like immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, right off the bat, he's like a mad genius,
Yeah,
super villain.
I don't want to say anything else for people that haven't seen it, especially with the new Netflix show. I feel like people might be going to watch it. Well, not Netflix show, but Netflix movie. Yeah, highly recommend it. Go see it. It kind of loses traction toward the end, but then picks up again. But
Yeah, you don't really need to watch the last act, call it.
unfortunately, but man, the first like 2/3 are just oh man, some of the best stuff I've ever seen.
Yeah. So yeah, things kind of that ilk, just non-American.
I feel like even our movies are becoming foreign. Like Transformers, that's funded by China. Like that's
Independence Day.
Exactly. That too. Like we're pretty much becoming the foreign film industry because we have all the good well, no, not even the good actors. I don't know what we have, but
We got
people
Tom.
exactly like
got Tom
they're sending money over here to make movies, and like that's why Transformers is the way it is because
They
Chinese
China.
exactly they really like explosions. And
They don't need a story because like it doesn't.
they
translate well.
don't. They just like a series of explosions and like some dialogue. That's all they need.
And Mark Wahlberg, apparently.
If Mark Wahlberg and his
I don't know
hot
what
daughter.
it is about him. I don't. I'm not a big Mark Wahlberg fan.
Go
He's a
Mark
Transformer.
He's a Transformer. I think I found a Transformer. Here's
He was
light.
He was supposed to play for Nathan Drake.
Could you
Oh,
imagine?
God.
That would have
Oh,
been
God.
so
Imagine.
bad.
So bad.
God, dude. Like he kind of looks like him. Like he kind of has the look. Like you could make him look
Back
like
in the
Drake.
day.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah.
But like, come on. Like, how was that even a thought in someone's head? Like that was a good idea.
Not good.
Please don't make the Uncharted movie. I mean, I love Tom Holland, but just don't. Just,
Oh yeah, no.
it might be good with him. If it's young, but gosh,
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing
Probably
the
all
Last of Us
happening.
movie.
don't do the Last of Us movie, please.
Please no.
Yeah, but
Just
they're
no.
doing
Just
it.
leave everything alone. Just
It can
Play
be
the
a
game.
It can be a game. It
Yeah.
can be fine.
But Neil Druckmann is writing it.
He stopped writing because he's like,
But
oh,
it
I
doesn't
can't make this
translate.
12.
like,
really?
screw this, man.
I can't
okay,
make
so
this
that's-
12-hour story into a fucking 2.5-hour
Okay.
movie.
Yeah, I mean,
There's too much depth.
the best thing would be to leave that alone because it's nice as being a concise, just one video game like that.
Yeah,
But once they
doesn't-
start,
it's no less legitimate as a video game. It doesn't have to be a movie to be like more like culturally relevant.
Mhm.
Like, it should be able to stand on its own, but unfortunately,
But, like,
that's
if-
not how Hollywood feels.
yeah, like if they made the Uncharted movie, like I'd want, like I feel like Tom Holland is pretty good, and then
Yeah.
I'd want Tom Hanks as Sully. Like I feel like that would work.
Tom
I-
Hanks, well, didn't he do like
Top Tom.
He did. He was in the movie
He
called
played
Sully.
Sully, and he looked like Sully
Yeah.
with the mustache.
Yeah, Sully
Yeah.
Burger.
What would be man? I actually had a topic in mind for video game movies, but I'll save that for another day. But yeah, it's foreign entertainment. It's kind of in my knowledge. It's kind of unfortunately lacking. I feel like I really do need to go outside comfort zone and really take in what other places have to offer.
Mhm.
It just seems like every time I do, it's like really just odd stuff. Like French film is just every time I try to go down that road, it's just a lot of weird stuff. But yeah, I feel like Japan is definitely the number one non-US
Well, what about like BBC stuff?
BBC stuff. Yeah, I watch. I mean, I want to watch Sherlock because everyone seems to love that, and I love Benedict Cabbage Patch. But yeah, it's very limited. I need to expand definitely outside the country more. I watched Doctor Who, but I mean that's like the most mainstream thing.
Yeah.
I kind of stopped caring after David Tennant was gone because I realized I just liked it for David Tennant. So I might go see what else he's in. But
I feel like there's anything foreign is a lot different because we're not used to it. We're
yeah, it's
just
not the
used
same
to
formula. Our stuff is very formulaic, and it's very different elsewhere.
yeah.
That's
Like
true, that's true.
usually all our movies have good endings, but I noticed like foreign films they usually have bad endings. We're not used to
A lot
that.
of bleak, just really bleak.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's depressing. Okay, good night.
yeah, it's definitely something I've realized over time, just that is lacking in my knowledge.
Because I remember watching this one, like I think it was some sort of French film, and there it was basically so there was these two chicks and then this dude, and throughout the whole fucking movie he would date one chick and then he realized he loved the other one, so he'd go date that one. And then he'd be like, oh, I love the other one, and he'd go back and forth the whole fucking movie.
That sounds
that's-
great.
I forgot what it was called, but it had that one chick from Star Wars.
Daisy Ridley?
No, the older ones, the prequels.
Oh, Natalie Portman?
Yeah, it had her in there.
Okay.
Really?
It was something else.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know what it was called. I just remember seeing it on the indie channel.
Thor 2: The Dark World?
I don't know. That could be it.
Who remembers anything
For
about
some reason,
that
that was the
movie?
first Natalie Portman movie that came out, besides Star Wars.
Yep. It was definitely Thor.
It was definitely Thor.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Thor in like some kind of crazy French film, like as Thor, not just Chris Hemsworth, but literally Thor,
That would
just kind
work.
of fitting in that kind of genre.
Do you think Thor understands French?
I feel like he could learn pretty easily, right? I mean,
He's a god,
He's a god.
of course.
Yeah.
he
I
picks
feel
up
like-
on English pretty well.
Hmm.
But like they speak English in Asgard.
Do they, or are we just hearing it translated? Do we know that for a fact? Is that canon?
I guess that's true.
Huh. I'll have to look that up.
I always thought it was funny how in I don't know, like shows like Dora, how they had that one character who was speaking Spanish, but when you go and watch the Spanish version, that character is speaking English.
Well, that show is pretty much pointless if you're in Mexico.
Exactly.
You should be teaching them English. It should just be completely reversed. Yeah. I hadn't thought about that before. Yeah, Thor is
Shout out
completely
to Dora.
pointless. Okay, do they speak?
I'm kind of on the same boat as Noah, where like I don't really consume a lot of foreign entertainment besides like German stuff. And even when I watch like German shows and whatever, it's just weird to me because I watch way more American stuff, and it's not like I don't know. I feel like the characters and whatever are like not as well written, and then just the way it's produced is different. Like the camera angle and everything. Like there's this one really famous crime series called Tatort that's been like on for 30 years, and my parents watch it. They're watching it right now, actually, every Sunday, and it's just like so weird compared to like American crime things, because that's like what I consume, right?
Yeah.
So like going to watch that, it's just so weird to me.
Yeah, it's very jarring. It's very different. And
Yeah.
I actually have an update on our Thor question. So Thor actually speaks the greatest of plot devices called the All Tongue, where anyone who hears them will hear them speak their native language in their hearts.
Okay.
So
That works.
That's a way to explain that problem away.
It's a good loophole right
I don't know if
there.
it's good, but it's definitely a loophole.
Yeah, not the best, but
Anyway,
it's there.
continue.
That's a surprise. I was expecting Max to have something like out of nowhere, like, oh, I love this German show or something.
I mean, as a kid growing up, I never really watched American shows because, like, German was technically my first language. So, I watched German shows. But then, when I started going to school and stuff, then English became my primary language, right? So then you naturally just get into English language, and then I would go to my neighbor's house and we'd watch Cartoon Network or whatever.
Yeah, so I have this really great story. So this girl that I work with, we were just, I don't know, just talking.
Is it that one?
Yeah, and a girl. Well, anyways, different one.
Different. All right.
Anyway, she was telling me how she grew up, I don't know, in one of those Midwest states. I think it was like Utah or Colorado. And she was telling me how she had like 3 stations to watch. And the one she would watch was BBC. And this was like when she was a little kid.
Mhm.
And she watched so much BBC that she had an English accent.
Does she still have a
Wow.
English accent?
No, she doesn't. She's
Okay.
like 24 now.
That's
but
pretty funny.
I know. I just can't imagine that, like, watching that much.
That
That
makes
it's
sense.
just, it does. Like,
Yeah.
if that's all you hear,
Yeah.
like, 5 hours a day, like, I can see how that would
More than
change your accent.
parents.
Yeah.
Wow.
Rip.
That makes sense. But man,
But yeah,
I wonder when that
that's-
passed. Like when she finally was exposed to enough of her own.
I don't know. I didn't ask her when that
We need a
faded.
follow up. We need a correspondent.
I'll go in there and ask her some questions. I'll go and do an interview. Start interviewing people at work.
So I want to hear about your childhood. What accent did you have? Oh
Get really personal.
Is there anything else? I feel like yeah, we're kind of all in kind of a similar boat with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't listen to any like foreign music just because I only understand English. I mean, I know like one French artist, and I can kind of grab onto like a couple words just because of I took high school French, so I know like very simple sentences.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, yeah, not too much.
Yeah, it's language is definitely a barrier when it comes to music. Even though like you can still appreciate like the sound, I guess. Like I don't know, I'm a sucker for lyrics, so I'd like
Yeah,
to know
me
what it's
too.
saying.
Yeah.
Even though you can look at translations, but it doesn't always quite translate perfectly.
Yeah, I listen to some German stuff, but most of my stuff is English.
All right.
Yep.
I think that pretty much answers everything.
In that case, it's time for I Recommend, where one of us recommends to the group something for the others to check out. So, Emma recommended a film. It is a film,
It is.
loosely, called All Cheerleaders Die. And I'm very curious to hear what you guys have to say about it. It's unfortunate that she couldn't be here with us this week, but what was your first reaction after the credits rolled? What was like the first word you thought to yourselves?
Wow.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
Just like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Where
Pretty
did
much.
$4 go?
Rip. Gone.
Just like the whole thing. I feel like it would have actually been better had it stuck to the like documentary style that it presented in the beginning, like kind of
Yeah.
like cam found footage. I feel like that would have suited it way better. But it just being like just straight camera footage, it just I don't know. It was so mediocre that
It was so bad.
It was yeah, but like
It was so bad.
like at least The Room, it actually had merit to it because it's so bad. But this was just so bad that it just was not entertaining whatsoever.
And then that bad like CGI blood.
God, it's so like when she just like sucks
Yeah.
the stoner kid like sucks his
Yeah.
blood in. It's just terrible looking.
The blood just flies through the van.
I forgot about that.
God.
Yeah, so I actually didn't finish that movie. I was just watching it before we recorded, and
I
I
don't blame you. You're
Dude, it
stronger
was-
than I. It's something.
It was not worth it at all.
I want my $4 back.
I really wish Emma was here because I want to know like where the heck she heard this movie.
Yeah, well,
Does
I
she
think
actually
Bastard
like
this week.
it?
I don't think so. She just.
I don't
thought it
know.
was
I
funny.
think she was just trolling.
Yeah,
But
because we had a bad movie trend.
yeah,
But yeah,
I
no,
mean-
I'll ask her. I'll make a note down and ask her. Just give her her thoughts next week. But man, like just. I didn't expect it to be just so like fucked up. Like I thought like people were just gonna like get killed or whatever. No, it's like they're cannibalizing. It's like
I
oh
thought-
my god.
I thought like after they flew into the river, like
Mhm.
it would be about how the guys are like guilty and shit.
Yeah.
Like
That'd be way more interesting.
talking about. Yeah,
'Cause
Yeah.
I thought,
That
and then
supernatural crystals and fun.
yeah, but then this like goth emo chick like raising demons and shit. I was like,
Of
this.
course, it's like the goth emo chick too.
Yeah,
And also, I loved how like all the guys were just like such like douchebags, and then all the chicks were just like like stereotypical like bitchy high schoolers, and all the actors
Yeah.
all the actors were like 28 too, just to add on to it. So
clearly.
it was super weird. It just
They could have been college kids, like easily.
one of the lead actresses was like 28. I looked just because I was curious to get like an age range. She was the main like the blonde one was 28, or is 28. So yeah, none of them look like high school kids, and yet they're trying to play high school kids. Yeah, they're all just such stereotypical one-dimensional characters. So you have literally you don't care about any of them or anything that happens to them the whole time.
I mean, I actually wanted them all to die
Yeah,
at the
exactly.
end.
You
all
wanted them to
terrible.
die.
You were all terrible. There's nothing good about any of you. I love that one scene where the the short guy and the really tall chick is they're having sex or whatever, and he's like, why is it cold? Like,
Oh,
and then he's like,
Jesus
and then
Christ.
he's talking to his friend after. He's like, hey man, I got into the freezer. Like,
Yes.
It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like, what, it's cold. I didn't know it was cold. Like, are you like how do you think that? Like,
Yeah.
are you that daft? Just wow. Like at least with I'd rather watch The Room 3 times over than watch this movie again.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
At least that was actually entertaining. This I just felt robbed of my money.
Because it wasn't bad in a good way. It
was just so mediocre that it was just painful.
It was just
painful.
It was just bad.
Okay.
It was like
because they combined like weird ass shit, and then they made like Freaky Friday with the two like sisters or whatever, and I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Oh yeah. I didn't
like,
get that part.
Yeah, it's like the two sisters were swap bodies, and so then the one was like using it to her advantage, and then having sex with the kid or whatever.
Yeah,
I had no idea she wanted to have sex with that guy,
exactly.
and
like
that him and her sister were like in a relationship.
It never was established that she just kind of thrust herself onto him. It was so weird and jarring.
I mean, great scene though.
I mean, it was a scene. It was a scene.
There was definitely some boobs in there. Yep.
You could say that, yeah. Also, just like, what kind of school allows them to dress like that?
That's
like,
true.
That's what their uniform looks like. Like
that was really bothering me. It's like, where's the principal at?
Where's the principal? This would never. This would never fly to school.
Where's that teacher, that one asshole teacher who was like, oh, go to the office.
You're showing too much shoulder.
Because there's a lot of shoulder and belly with that.
There's a lot of everything. There's a lot of
everything.
Gosh,
just skipping class to smoke weed in a van. Like, what school is it?
So many bad weed jokes too. Just like, oh, there's always a stash, or just whatever. God.
Like it thinks it's cool talking about weed, but
it's like so like out of touch. It's like that Steve Buscemi, like, oh, hello, fellow kids, or whatever. That's what it felt. I want to know who wrote it and see if they did anything else.
It was written by the people who directed it.
Oh, that makes sense.
And
I love how they like try to sequel bait at the end, and there still hasn't been a sequel. There never is going to be a sequel.
I'm still confused on what happened. Like, everyone, like, are there zombies now, or what came out of that guy's body? Like,
we were supposed to find out in part 2, and now we never will.
Except, I mean, I guess
summon a demon.
Yeah. I'll watch part 2.
World will never know.
Okay, us watching it might have actually made them fund enough to get part 2 going. So if it actually happens, I'm gonna hold us all responsible.
The $10 we gave them.
The $10 we gave them combined. They were just waiting. They were just waiting for a few more rentals.
I'm sure that's like a spike in their sales or for rentals.
Like, what? Someone's actually watching this shit?
Yeah.
Can we get part 2 off the ground? No. Okay. All right. Man, the questions that needed to be answered. Just the pressing.
Start losing sleep over this.
I almost lost sleep over how bad it was.
I mean, it made me fall asleep, so it added sleep actually.
It was a really long hour and a half for sure.
It was a really long hour and a half. Exactly, that's a good way to put it. It felt like an eternity. Gosh, any closing thoughts for all cheerleaders die besides Emma's, which we'll get next week?
I was really thinking the whole time, like, oh, this is just these two directors, debut movie, whatever. I'll give them some slack. They've directed so many other movies before this.
Oh, really?
And like, how have they not learned? Like,
because you think you get better at it the more you make.
Some directors are. I mean, I hate to say it because filmmaking is really, really difficult. But man, some of them just never fix their shit.
That's true. I mean, do you think we could make a better movie than that?
Honestly, yeah.
Yes.
I guess we already
entertaining movie. We could definitely make a more entertaining movie than that. I feel.
I mean, we already thought of the concept, the SpongeBob one.
That's true. That's a different thing. That's how we fund our project.
That's how we get it.
We play it safe with that first project, and then we take those funds, and then we make our. I want to make a bad movie. I actually do legitimately want to make a bad movie someday. Like a short film.
Yeah, exactly. Because the thing about it, like, it'd be cool to have that out there. Even if it's bad, it's still cool to have that.
Bad. Like, make it intentionally bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like The Room, but not thinking it's good.
Mm-hmm. Like, we have to go into it with that mindset of
and
the
then
rooms.
make something amazing. And so look at this improvement.
So always have that contrast.
Yeah, just like look at us. We can make anything, and then that's how we kickstart our SpongeBob business.
Yep. And then we just pump out sequels.
Yeah, we're just pumping out sequels. So do we like do a couple SpongeBob things and then make the shitty movie and then make more SpongeBob things after that success? Is this the business strategy?
I mean, if we get big enough off of like the actual movie, people are gonna want to see, hey, what are these guys gonna do now
We
with
can be the
their
next Seth Rogen
success?
and James Franco.
We could easily do that.
We could make a movie based off the Room. And I feel like one of us could do a better Tommy Wiseau impression than James Franco.
I feel like, yeah, that's possible.
What is that? I need to check that out.
The Disaster Artist. Watch the trailer.
Yeah.
Have you seen the trailer?
I've seen the trailer, but I
Okay.
haven't seen the whole thing.
Is it out? I feel like it's doing like film festivals right now. I don't know if it's gonna get a wide release. Hopefully.
No, it doesn't come out till December.
That's gonna be Star Wars and that. I can't wait.
Oh yeah,
Two best
hey,
movies of the
92% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's
Looking
getting
good.
a lot of it's better than the movie it's based on. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's got Wiseau's blessing. That's all we can really ask for in life.
year. Yeah.
So Max, you had a couple things you want to recommend to us. What are those?
Yeah, so we're gonna take a 180 and recommend some music instead of movies this time. So I'm gonna recommend a Finnish power metal band that doesn't tour in the United States. They're really awesome. I'm gonna recommend 2 songs. The first one is "Before the Winter," and the band name. I totally forgot the band name. Stradivarius is the band name.
Stradivarius. Okay.
Yeah, Stradivarius. So the first song by them is "Before the Winter," and the second song is "If the Story is Over."
It's kind of a lengthy title.
So, "If the Story is Over," yeah, they're both really good songs.
So what kind of like, is it like metal or what is it?
It's
rock?
it's power metal, so
A lot of grungy chords in there.
it's like using keyboards and guitars, and it's clean vocals. There's not really screaming, not in these
Okay, cool.
songs.
You have
I really
my
like them.
interest. You have my interest.
And it's in
Yeah.
Finnish then, or
No, it's English lyrics,
Oh,
but
okay.
they were formed in
Okay.
Finland, but they don't tour in the U.S., which sucks because I would really like to see them.
Mm-hmm.
Do they just hate the U.S. or do they just not have the means? Or do we not know?
I think the band just like not known. Like it's not the type of music that people really listen to here.
Okay.
Well, then everyone go check out Stradivarius. And
Yes.
this has been episode 3 of Gridlife Digest. Thank you so much for listening. You can head over to gridlifedigest.com to see everything we post and consider subscribing on iTunes or YouTube, soon Google Play, so you never miss a topic. We'll be back next week on Wednesday with another conversation, hopefully with Emma back, so we can get her opinions on All Cheerleaders Die. Everyone go listen to that music, and we'll see you guys next week. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you again for listening. If you are so inclined, we actually now have a merch store, and the best part is all profits go directly to Extra Life, benefiting the Children's Miracle Network of hospitals. You'd be supporting the show and helping out a great cause. Link is down in the description. Check out the designs and let us know on social media which are your favorites.